Hi, my name is Louis and I'm pleased to present our idea and prototype for the My Hackathon Kuching. For this hackathon, we are answering problem statement 1 and our solution is called the ECHO app, which stands for the Electronic Complaint Handling Operator app. Through our inquiries, we found that there are three main stakeholders in a complaint made by the public with regards to a breakdown of public assets: the complainant, the government or local authority, and the contractor. As elucidated in the problem statement, the problems that face the public include being unsure of how to report a breakdown of public assets or related issues, not having a clear digital system on who owns public assets, and there is no feedback system once a complaint is submitted. And while there are initiatives such as the Sarawak government app called SCS Tali Khidmat, the response time of up to 3 days is sometimes insufficient when there are urgent issues submitted via the app, such as a road blockage or live electric cables. Next, we find that government agencies and local authorities also face issues when receiving complaints from the public regarding public assets. Manpower and time need to be allocated to determine the asset owner and thereafter to forward complaints to the appointed concessionaire to take necessary action from the related asset owner. From an asset maintenance perspective, governments and local authorities require a more efficient means of spotting breakdown of public assets, as inspections can occur quite infrequently. Additionally, when contractors have been tasked to fix a breakdown, it is impractical to keep obtaining status updates from the contractor to provide to the initial complainant. A means of providing live updates would provide greater transparency for governments and local authorities in dealing with and assessing contractors. Finally, we found that contractors also faced issues with onerous reporting requirements of updating stakeholders of the maintenance status and inability to do more frequent inspections of public assets than that which they were contracted to do. In light of all this, we designed the ECHO app with specific features to deal with these issues. It is intentionally a web app with user accounts or a guest login, so users don't have to download an app or log in to make complaints. Users can sign up for faster complaint lodging and to track their past complaints. The platform acts as a source of truth and a one-stop shop for all stakeholders in the complaint process, reducing confusion and making it easier to make complaints. So when a complaint is made, the location services of the complainant's mobile device can be used to determine the exact asset that is complained about. The complainant's location is then compared against the database of government assets, and the relevant asset owner and contractor can be identified quickly. This also means that the user can immediately find out who the relevant authority is. Once a complaint is made, government agencies can then assign the complaint to the relevant contractor via the ECHO app without the need of redrafting and faxing the complaint, thereby reducing work. Conversely, the contractor can report on the progress of maintenance via the platform, reducing the need for paperwork or decentralized communications such as WhatsApp. The complainant and asset owner can thereby monitor the progress of maintenance, thus increasing the transparency between all stakeholders. So, with all that out of the way, it's time to show the wireframe. So, on the home page, users can quickly create a complaint without logging in, or they can do an asset search. Let's start by creating a new quick complaint. So one of the drawbacks of not signing up is that you'll have to fill in your details every time you create a complaint before actually filling in the form. I'll talk about these fields later, but for now we can just lodge our completed form and it says complaint lodged. We can click on View Assets and see all public assets and filter them by location or owner. We can click into one of these assets to see more details. Let's go back. So let's log in to the public portal with our credentials. So if we lodge a complaint now, you'll notice that the user's details fields aren't there anymore. Now let's talk about the fields. The type of asset describes the asset in the area, so in case there are multiple assets in one given location, the assets can be distinguished in this way. And if we click on the type of defect, we can specify the type of damage caused to the asset. Once we click location, the phone's location will be used to determine the current location. We will compare this against the government's list of assets, which will each have their own array of latitude and longitude pairs. We will utilize Google Maps API's Snap to Road function for bigger assets like the Pan Borneo Highway. So now we can add a photo and a description, and then we can lodge the complaint. Now we can go and track the status of the complaint by clicking on Past Complaints, and you'll see here that the road issue has been sent to the relevant asset owner. And again, we can do an asset search to view all assets. Now let's log in to the government agency portal. Once you log in, you'll notice that there's a badge next to the notification list, and that is notifying the government staff that a new complaint has been created. When you click on it, you'll see an open case, which is the complaint the public user submitted just now. You'll notice that each case can have a different status, such as contractor has completed repairs, contractor has received the complaint, and contractor service is overdue. So if the contractor has completed the repairs, it's up to the government staff to verify and close the issue before it becomes closed. But for now, I'm just going to click and open up this issue to see more details. So here we can see the details of the complainants as well as the details of the complaint. You can reassign it, delete it, but I'm not going to do that. If everything looks correct, you can go ahead and open the issue and send the issue to the contractor. Let's go back to the notification list, and you'll notice that it's no longer unopened but marked active with the status of contractor has received the complaint. The public user will be able to see this too. Let's go back. Again, you can view all assets, except this time you can filter by contractor. So let's go back and log out. Let's go to the contractor login. So in the contractor portal, you'll see again that there is a badge next to the notification list. Once you click that, you'll see that a new active case has been created. So you can go ahead and begin doing the verification that it is there. If the defect is present, go ahead and fill in the form. If it wasn't there, you can go ahead and close the matter. I'm going to say that the defect is present. I'll fill in these details, and when I submit, it will tell me that the complaint has been acknowledged. Let's go back, and we'll see that the status has changed to contractor is attending to the complaint. Let's complete it by attaching evidence of the completion. And now the status has been changed to contractor has completed repairs, and it will be sent back to the government portal for verification and closing. In terms of actual development, we only had enough time to prototype a system that allowed the user to log in, make complaints, view past complaints, and view assets. Additional features will be added in due course. By placing the Echo app on the cloud, say Amazon Web Services, it is scalable to cover all parts of Malaysia with a reliable internet connection. We haven't implemented this yet, but we chose MongoDB precisely because using the Realm SDK means we can query a local instance of the Realm database and synchronize the local instance of the data stored in MongoDB Atlas. This means users in places without internet connection can store data locally before syncing it later when there is connection. As a last resort, a PDF export of all public assets and the correlating asset owners can be downloaded. Moving along, the closest solution to the Echo app is the very well-developed SCS Tali Khidmat. That said, we think the Echo app can be distinguished from the Tali Khidmat because the Echo app links the complainant, asset owner, asset location, and the responsible contractor with one source of truth. This makes the process of lodging urgent complaints and the maintenance thereof faster. To our knowledge, it would seem that Tali Khidmat is designed more with members of the public in mind, whereas the Echo app is designed for easy communication between the government, contractor, and the complainant. I've already talked about why we chose MongoDB for its offline capabilities, but we thought the ability to scale horizontally was important for an app that stores complaints and assets. React was chosen because it is a popular and well-supported framework that is not unknown by the Malaysian government, and GraphQL was used to better control the passing of data. So in terms of deployment, we aim to deploy in Cebu first, as most of our team are from here, and it has relatively good internet connectivity. We think it will be possible to complete the Echo app in 4 months with rigorous development and testing. We think the percentage of complaints handled by the Echo app will be a suitable milestone for us, as we consider the uptake of the app will depend on strong marketing and public education. We aim to launch the app by month 5 and handle 1% of complaints by month 8, 5% of complaints by month 9, and eventually 10% of complaints that would otherwise have been handled manually by month 11. Our team is led by Lau Pitwa and I. By way of introduction, Lau Pitwa is the current head of engineering at JKR Bintulu and is experienced in supervising the implementation of government projects. Mr. Toh Chi Leong is the current head of engineering at JKR Sarike with over 25 years of experience as a civil engineer. We also have Dr. John Tang, a serial inventor and adjunct professor at the School of Engineering and Technology at the University College of Technology, Sarawak, as well as Dr. C. Hao Singh, who is a senior lecturer at the same school with over 50 technical papers to his name. Finally, I'm a litigation lawyer and a self-taught programmer. In summary, we seek to build the Echo app, a platform which can potentially make the complaint making and resolution process faster and more efficient, make communications between the complainant, asset owner, and contractor smoother, and reduce confusion and increase transparency with regards to asset ownership. With more time for development, we will focus on completing all the features as shown in the wireframe, perhaps also an analytical dashboard for government to monitor and assess contractors, but above all, to become the primary means of handling all asset-related complaints in Malaysia. Thank you, and please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any further questions. Stay safe and take care.